Hello, class. Welcome to Visual Art and Culture. My name is Eric. I'm going to be your professor this semester. Going over some important things here on the syllabus to start. First thing is that this is a online course and it is completely asynchronous. If you've never taken a course like that before, right here at the beginning, the Smart Measure quiz is just something to see that if this is the right class for you. Um, Just keep in mind there is no class time. It is all asynchronous, and the sort of weekly due dates sometimes come up quick, but as long as you stay on track and are self-motivated, you will do well in this class. Quick description here, exploration of visual forms, methodologies, and processes for making and understanding art within cultural and historical contexts. So we're going to be looking at art um, through an art historical lens, contemporary art, and just talking about it. Trying to get better at articulating our thoughts, talking about art in a more intellectual way, um, and increasing our visual spatial skills. You can see in that course objectives, we're defining functions, motivations, and meanings of art, identifying the space in which art is produced and consumed, analyze visual elements, design principles, etc. So really just diving into looking at art and talking about art. When you look at the outline here, what is art? Where is art? Again, we'll talk about more specific visual elements, design principles, all those good things that we can talk and observe art in a more intellectual way. Right, this class is not an easy A. It does move fairly quickly. Uh, and once again, it is completely online and asynchronous. Over the first few weeks, you will know pretty quickly if this is, once again, the class that you'll be a good fit for. I try to give grades back. When due dates are on Fridays, I'll get grades back on a Sunday, and then you'll get that next module on that following Monday. So once again, weeks move fairly quickly, and you get pretty prompt feedback, so you'll know fairly quickly how things are going. There is no required textbook for this class that you have to purchase. You'll see the required text is just a download. You click the link and you can go straight to the PDF. That will be a required thing on a weekly basis. There will be other video content and other things as well. But as far as the text, that will be provided for you through that link. And there's also a link on Blackboard. Also, just a couple minimal required materials. You will need sort of a pencil and computer paper, non-line paper, or a sketchbook. There will be weekly art assignments that you will have to do as well. Usually fairly straightforward through demonstration. But really, besides sort of basic pencil, paper, an internet connection, obviously, because it's an online course, and then a cell phone camera to take photos of the work that you have done. Pretty minimal needs for the class, so it's always good. Just try to say it as many times as possible in here. Asynchronous, guys, just remember that there is no class time. If you are sort of running behind on something, please email me as soon as possible, as email is the best way to communicate. This is just a whole statement on what is called netiquette. Netiquette is just another word for just trying to be nice or kind of cordial, having etiquette in a net setting, mostly being respectful of others and their ideas. Remember, even if we are critiquing each other's work and I'm asking for things that could be improved upon, it's never an attack on you. We are trying to get better at drawing or whatever that assignment might be, but also using proper spelling and grammar, trying to put our best foot forward and be professional in a writing setting. So always important there. Quick note, always citing sources. I'm going to talk about it more specifically later. But I have had some issues with AI in the past, and now it's just everywhere. It's so easy to just upload prompts and get answers. But there's going to be a no acceptance of AI. And we'll talk more about that specifically later. But obviously, if I ask you a question and you just type it into a prompter, that's not you doing the assignment. Right, Right. Methods for evaluating students. This is a kind of pretty heavy writing and reading course, which is just kind of how it is. We try to break it up with art assignments, but there is a lot of reading and writing, both of which are graded through grammar, punctuation, and content, obviously. Grading's fairly standard, of course, as far as a percentage range for the A, B, C, and D there. Obviously, if you get below 59%, that is an F. Because it's an online setting and the content moves fairly quickly, late assignments are not going to be accepted in this class. Once again, you will know uh, due dates early in the semester. They're going to be every Friday, and that'll be kind of just a consistent thing. So falling behind in an online course can be kind of a stressful thing. Try to catch up back up, but once again, the most important thing is that we stay on track, because once again, no late assignments will be accepted in this course. This is a breakdown of just all of the assignments for this semester. You know, it's a total of 350 points, kind of broken down here. You will have lecture and reading assignments, which will be worth 20 points, and you'll have 5 of those. You'll have art assignments, 5 of those. Discussion board participations, interpretive paper, which is a big paper kind of at the end of the semester. Talk more about that when we get there. And then the final curation project of where you will actually go to a gallery setting or a museum setting and write kind of an assessment of your experience. Many times COD has exhibitions that you can go to or artist talks. Look forward to more announcements on those for this semester. Okay, right. So we're almost there. Pretty quick movie here, or video here. Other important policies. This is kind of like the important thing at the end. Withdrawals and incompletes. Students will have to withdraw before June 26th for that summer semester. Academic honesty. Here's the kind of big one. AI/ChatGPT. I have a zero tolerance policy regarding misrepresentation of submitted coursework. Any coursework that is submitted that is just suspected of being AI generated without attributions will receive 0. Guys, this is pretty straightforward. Obviously, if I'm asking you questions and you're not answering those questions, that is plagiarism. That's cheating. Pretty, I think, straightforward and obvious on that. If you don't turn the work in that you have done, that's lying. It's academically lying. So kind of had to redo the video this semester because last semester I ran into a little bit of this. I maybe wasn't as clear as I could have been, but I'm trying to be as clear as possible here. Zero tolerance. Don't do it. Just answer the coursework. Good. And then also in previous semesters, we've had a little bit of issues with some people not anticipating possibly adult themes or material that maybe be a little bit uncomfortable. And this disclaimer here kind of goes over that. Be advised that there might be some things that are controversial, challenging, maybe even uncomfortable. There could be nudity, some imagery that might be, once again, uncomfortable, or images of war or violence, all of which these themes are going to be talked about through the relevance of art and art history and how individuals express themselves in times of not always sunshine and rainbows. So sometimes difficult things need to be spoken about, and they become more powerful art because of that. Right. So I just had to make sure those two things very important here at the end. Once again, no AI, and that there might be some adult themes in the class. Moving forward, if you have any issues with that, please send me an email. We could talk further. Okay. All right. With that being said, that is about it on the syllabus. I'm going to recommend you go to the week 1 module and start looking there for the next steps for this first week. Okay. Thanks, everybody.